Okay, let's get started. Good morning, everyone. I'm Simon Isaac. I'm the founder of Capsule Marketing. I've worked in marketing and business management for over 35 years, both client side, freelance, and in agency. I work with startups, scale-ups, and international blue chips, and enjoy every project I'm involved in. Today, I want to share some of my experiences with you to help you get outsourcing right, if this is something you are currently considering, whether you are downsizing, looking to scale and grow, or just looking for some guidance and advice. Broadly speaking, this is what we'll cover in this 20-minute webinar, and you will have the chance to ask questions at the end. Pop them into the chat, and I have Laura, our marketing and business development manager here, taking those down, and will pitch them to me at the end. We'll also share a free downloadable comprehensive guide with you too. I've written this content together with some of our researchers, and I think you'll find it invaluable. So we'll make sure you get that by email after the webinar. When I was writing this, I was doing obviously a bit of research as well, and I found this really interesting fact through Statista. The Content Marketing Institute found that half of all B2B marketing teams outsource at least one of their content marketing activities. And 84% of those who outsource actually cited content creation and campaign delivery as the activity that they get most help with. Things like content planning, measurement, research, they seem to be reserved exclusively for in-house marketers in this research. But in our experience, we cover a lot of things within what we actually offer and what our clients use. And I'll share some of that with you as we go through the webinar. So, I mean, this is a question I wanted to pitch to you. And is outsourcing right for you? And I think this is, it's often said to us, why should we outsource? Now, I think outsourcing marketing can be a transformative decision for business, unlocking a world of expertise and resource that may not be readily available in-house. From finding the right fit among potential partners to creating a comprehensive brief that guides your team to craft exceptional campaigns, deliver stellar performance and results, this webinar and the downloadable guide is a roadmap really to successfully making outsourcing work for you. So we'll explore some key steps today. We'll look at some considerations for you that that will bring your outsourcing experience to be a good one, but also productive and also a catalyst for achieving your marketing goals. Now, there's many faces to how marketing works, and here's some examples of ways to outsource, whether bringing an external partner in on a single project or handing rolling work to an agency like Capsule in order to create efficiency, maybe lower cost as well, or bringing new thinking. We'll talk about how downsizing could be more effectively used by using an outsourced marketing team. And you can maintain or increase quality and performance as well within the same gift. So whilst managing overheads. Now, there's obviously benefits to having your own team internally as well, knowing they are in place, available to you and focused on just your business. So I wanted to put a bit of balance to this because, and I've put in options for team composition in here, including in-house as well. But sometimes bringing talent in-house obviously is long-term value in terms of your business, if it's scaling or you have the team in place that you can trust. But three ways in which I think you can outsource. First of all, you can fully outsource. And then there's a hybrid approach, and then you can offer ad hoc support as well. And I'll show you some examples of how that works now. This is one of our clients, Mental Health at Work. We've worked with them for 4 years, and we take a hybrid approach with them. So they have a marketing team and a sales team in-house, and we run paid digital for them, email marketing. We carry out design and video production, and essentially, they have a really strong team in-house. We're there to support them. So we're an extension to their team, and that's like a hybrid model that works very well. Then we work with another company called Staylock, and this is a fully outsourced marketing offering. So we take care of all of their marketing, which includes multiple global campaigns, paid digital and design production. So we work directly with an operations director within that company. So that's fully outsourced. They're sort of the two main ones, but we've got an example a bit later on of how We also work on an ad hoc basis with a client as well. And, that can also work, if you're looking to bring in fresh ideas, or you're looking to test a market, or, your team are fully at full capacity, that's when ad hoc can really work. So next, let's move on to talk about the benefits of outsourcing. And I've broken them down into some bite-sized chunks. And the first one is cost, which is obviously the biggest one on a lot of people's minds. Now, hiring a good marketing exec can be expensive and risky. On average, the recruitment agency fee alone can be between £5,000 and £8,000. Then you have the risk on top of that of them getting up to speed. It's going to take time, 4 to 6 months. And even them working out in terms of being a cultural fit or delivering and performing can be risky as well. On top of this, every marketer has their own way of working and their own preferred tools as well, such as HubSpot, Data Studio, Adobe, the list goes on. So before you know it, you could end up with a big set of annual license fees on top of your employment cost as well. So outsourcing takes this away, as the best agencies will provide all of this as part of their service. Now, things like, these are some of the benefits, obviously the hiring cost I mentioned, lower investment in marketing tools and resources. There's a lower risk as well if you've got a month-to-month contract, and there's no onboarding or training. You've got a team ready to get stuck in and work straight away. And then obviously the added obligation of employee benefits, whether it's a pension, medical cover, so on and so forth. Those things are all taken on holiday as well. And then obviously you've got a set cost, which is something which you're going to pay that every month. The next key benefit is time, and a good agency will manage their time in the best interests of your business and your needs. This means dedicated people with the right skills and knowledge to run your marketing with little input from you. Of course, if you want to be more involved, but in reality, you can leave them to deliver for you and meet on a frequent basis. And we usually say once a month is a good way to meet. Another important factor is getting things done in a timely way, particularly with larger companies, with marketing departments we work with them ourselves, often teams who are in a different country, it's difficult to get things done. So some of the clients we work with are responsible for regions such as Europe. So we are almost like a team within a company in these cases, and work with regional marketing teams. Their own internal marketing teams are maybe based in Dubai or the US. So getting things done can be quite difficult. And, they're also in the pot with a load of other regions as well. So that sort of works really well for us and works for our clients too. And an outsourced team should also make sure they're completely up to date with the latest productivity, time-saving tools, software, reporting, performance, etc. So you can focus on the things that are important to you and your business. The next one is ease, and having a single point of contact you can trust is really important, knowing the marketing team is performing and delivering for you. We've worked with some of our clients for up to 12 years and pride ourselves on this fact as well, because relationships to us are important. A good piece of advice, I think, is to ensure you get to meet an account manager if you're outsourcing very early on to see if there's a rapport and there's a good fit. And that we see this as a key factor to success at Capsule, knowing that our clients can pick the phone up at any time. There is someone there to deal with an issue or opportunity. I think it has great value, and I know our clients really value that. Another thing to consider is access to the whole team within an organization. So their whole team of experts who are looking after your marketing. Now, depending on the work or roles you've chosen to outsource, you could also have access to strategists, designers, web developers, SEO specialists, or paid marketing specialists. And many agencies provide access to these people in different ways as well, maybe through an account manager only, or maybe a team leader. In our case, we choose to give our clients access directly to the people that are doing the work for them, but they are always supported by a single point of contact or account manager as well. And our clients really value that. They can talk to a designer about something. They can talk to one of our researchers or writers directly, and things get done a lot quicker, and people don't hear things in the third tense, I suppose. So for me, that's great that people can talk directly to these members of our team. It has huge value for clients. The next thing is about consistency, and consistency of work is also a key point. And if your organization has brand guidelines, an agency will look to work with them. We would also recommend a kickoff meeting with key stakeholders to ensure KPIs, deliverables, project plans, and timelines are all agreed early on. Now let's move on to talk about how to get your outsourcing right. I'll talk about the way to get it right in a moment, but I wanted to pitch some questions and some common fears as well. So common fears that we hear from clients, you might feel a loss of control over your marketing plan. You might be scared of hidden costs. And then common mistakes that we come across are obviously miscommunication and inconsistent branding and delivery of concept. So how do we get these bits right? So here's we've got 6 sort of top tips within here. So first of all, it's about defining clear objectives and scope. So before you begin working with an outsourced marketing team, it's essential to define clear objectives and scope for your projects. Now, outlining your goals, your target audience, your specific deliverables, all key things. And a well-defined project scope sets expectations as well, I think, and helps your external team understand what is expected of them. And that works for internal teams as well, as you know yourselves. And then communicate openly and regularly. Communication, it's the cornerstone of a successful outsourcing relationship. Schedule regular meetings or check-ins to discuss progress, challenges, updates, and encourage open and transparent communication as well. And what I said earlier about, meeting somebody, seeing if the fit is right, seeing if that rapport is there, this is where this crucial part comes in. And, be receptive to feedback from your outsourced team as well. If you're investing in a group of people, then, make sure that you do get value from them. And, that, in many instances, these people have been operating in their business sphere of work for a long time. So I think, do use them and listen to them as well. And objectives can change often. So keeping open communication can also help avoid these sort of misconceptions, misinformation, and it ensures that everyone's on the same page and can address issues promptly and in the right way. And then if you can provide detailed briefs and guidelines, this avoids misunderstandings, scope creep, and provides your outsourced team with detailed project briefs and guidelines, including information about your brand identity, maybe target audience personas, your preferred communication channels, and any specific brand or style preferences as well. Clarity in your instruction reduces the likelihood of misinterpretation and then onwardly performance as well. And communication is a one-way street, and good agencies will make sure that they do everything they can to put these processes of comms in place. The next thing about getting it right is prioritizing tasks and projects, and not every marketing task is of equal importance, and prioritizing your marketing initiatives and communicating your priorities to your outsourced team is crucial. This helps them allocate their resources and their time effectively, but also make sure that high priority tasks receive the attention they deserve. And, we see things shifting quite constantly with clients, particularly around very volatile markets that we're marketing and advertising for them in. So it's about, if you're building those channels of communication, you're building that relationship and rapport, then that should flow really well. Secondly, it's about monitoring progress and milestones. Now, regular monitoring of progress of your marketing projects and milestones is crucial, again, and using project management tools or software to do that and track tasks and deadlines will really help. If you notice any deviations from plan or scope, if you've got the right tools in place, you can address them promptly and keep projects on track. And then about scope changes, and address them systematically is my advice here. If there are valid reasons for scope changes or additions, then make sure that they're documented, assess their impact on project timelines and budgets as well, and communicate the changes with your outsourced team quickly. And that avoids making any unplanned adjustments, because they can have an impact on campaign delivery, on performance, and on time as well, and response. So if you do have scope changes, take it like a systematic approach to them. We use project plans internally, and that actually works really well with our clients, and make sure that when things change, everything is communicated to everybody, and everyone's on the same page and knows the impact of any change. So let's move on to talk about what to look for in an outsourced marketing team. As I mentioned earlier, it's crucial, I think, to check it's a good fit. Now, gather as much information as you can about a potential partner, on the projects they work on. Are they projects like yours? Are they doing things that you want your outsourced marketing team to do? Are they relevant to your business needs as well? The other thing I would say, this is a really good point and a bit of insight from our side of the camp as an agency, is, are they actually giving you realistic information? So are they being realistic in what they can deliver? So, if you can do face-to-face meetings with people, I think at the very start, that is absolutely a really good way to go. So you can see if the chemistry and fit is right as well. So the next thing I would say is ask for relevant references, and a good agency will offer these at the very early stages of discussion. But if they don't, ask for them, because if they work with good clients and they've got relationships with clients that have been there perhaps for many years, they should be happy to talk about how they work with the agency. And the next thing is do a skills gap analysis. So this is about evaluating your needs. My background's also in people development, and a skills gap analysis was always the way to identify, particularly when I was looking to recruit for a new role that had been created. A skills gap analysis based on existing team and needs helped to identify the roles that will best fit needs as well. So evaluate as much as possible to get the right brief together for your agency that you're speaking with, and make sure that you do some sort of gap analysis to identify, what you really need, and then actually advise them. And then flexibility and agility. Is the agency of a size, is it of a breadth that has the right marketing roles within it that actually fit your needs now, but do they have the capacity to maybe flex and grow with your business, or trends or market opportunities as well? So flexibility and agility are key things. And it's like, when you look at that, it's, a mid-size agency like ours, we're able to flex and grow with our clients, and bring in new team members and resources as we need them. The next thing I thought would be really good is what questions should you ask potential outsourced agencies? So first of all, I think is about asking, what access will you have to the team you're working with? Well, many agencies, they might gatekeep their teams from clients with an account manager, whilst others like ours give direct access to the team as well. And I think evaluate what you think is best for you. You might feel better with just an account manager that you meet on a weekly, 2-weekly, or monthly basis. That may work well for you, or you might want direct contact with the people who are doing the design or development work for you. Next thing is look at the briefing process, and we have a really robust briefing process in our company. And from my perspective, a brief, everything's in the brief from a client. Sometimes they don't have time to brief you, but I think at the very start, it's really important to get the briefing process right. And as time goes on, if you've worked closely together for a period of time, you get each other, whether it's an account manager or a designer, will understand the brand and be able to deliver things with a very short brief. But from, I think, the very outstart is try and get that bit right and give them as much information as you can. Next thing is the contract terms. And I suppose some of you may not have thought I'd be talking about this today. And, I've worked in agencies a long time, and I've seen the good and the bad of it. And, contract terms, some agencies will want to sign a 12-month contract as a minimum. And I think that's reasonable, considering the amount of upfront work that can go into delivering a retainer or an outsourced service. But ask the agency to consider maybe a 3 or 6 month review and break clause as well, making it easy for both parties to end the agreement if it isn't working. The next thing is about service level agreements. And again, you need to have this in place before you really engage anyone. So what can you expect in terms of communication? So, for example, what's the response time? And how quickly do they reply to my messages? How do they pick the phone up? We have all of that contracted with our clients, so they know exactly what they can expect. And then what sort of access to people and reporting will you have as well? Now, it's a critical but often missed part of an agency's approach. So make sure before you start your journey and relationship with an outsourced company that you have this in place. And then the next thing is, as I said earlier, it's evaluating their scope of services to ensure they're well positioned to help you reach your goals now. But as you grow and over the years, do they have the right team and skills for your business? So the next bit I just wanted to finalize the webinar with is just an introduction to our Capsule Plus service. And this, in a dynamic and ever evolving world of marketing, outsourcing is quite a powerful tool to leverage. And it allows you to tap into specialized skills and knowledge while maintaining your focus on what truly matters for your business. And this is the reason a lot of our clients tell us they engage us. And whether it's in design and brand development, whether it's in website development, management and maintenance, video production, or digital marketing activity, from my perspective, this is all about making sure that getting the right fit with clients, having a clear brief, communicating effectively, and empowering an outsourced team. Then you get really compelling campaigns and results that drive success for your business. So embracing outsourcing with a strategic partner in your marketing journey can actually help you thrive, particularly in a digital and video-led environment. So this is our Capsule Plus offering. There's a link here. You can look at it below there. And obviously, we aim to deliver this to as many clients as possible. We have 24 Capsule Plus clients already, and we love working with them all. And whether they're a hybrid, an ad hoc, or a fully outsourced offering, it's fantastic work for us, and we love all the clients we work with. And this is another example. So this is a hybrid client of ours, Viva City. Basically, they've utilized our service with a hybrid approach, and we've delivered international campaigns at scale and pace for them. So they brought us in to work closely with a mid-sized marketing team to bring more value and to actually bring new thinking and to drive into new territories with global digital campaigns, paid and design production. So that sort of concludes the webinar, and I'll open the floor up to questions. And I know Laura may have a few that have come in via the chat, so I'd be really happy to take them. You can also contact me as well via the Capsule website. Do drop me an email, and my phone number's in there as well. You're very free to ring me. So Laura, do we have any questions?
Thank you, Simon. Yes, do you feel it is important to work with an agency who have experience in the sector?
That's a good question. The one thing I would say is, when you choose an agency, do they understand your sector, and can they get under the skin of your sector or market as well? So in some cases, it doesn't have to be an agency that's worked in your sector, because good agencies get to know your market and clients very quickly. That said, if they've got experience in the sector, that's of huge value as well. But also agencies that have got quite a broad sphere of clients, they can bring fresh thinking into your business as well, particularly where you're looking at, if you're running in a B2B environment, sometimes agencies that have got B2C experience as well and thinking about the target audience in a different way can bring huge value.
Thanks, Simon. Who would you need to attend a kickoff meeting?
Very interesting. As many people as you see need to be involved. So that can include any members of your marketing team, members of your sales or business development team, or any members of your leadership team that might need to be involved in particularly things like the look and feel or tonality about how the brand is presented and its proposition.
Right, thank you. You spoke about project management tools. Are there any that you recommend?
So There's a number that we use internally, and they include HubSpot for campaign management and CRM. Fantastic tool, gives you very deep insights into how your audience is behaving within campaigns. We also use Slack for internal communication, but also for communication with clients as well. And then in terms of managing and delivering for our clients in an efficient and productive way, we use a tool called Asana, which allows us to keep projects, tasks, campaigns on track and pass work between the members of our team.
Great, thank you. That's all the questions we've got for now, Simon. Thank you.
Thank you. So, as I said, you're very welcome to reach out to me via the website, via email, or by telephone. Just to say thanks, everybody, for joining today, and enjoy the rest of your day.